DIU Pod, Season 4, Episode 80. Or Season 4, how would we call it? Season 4, Episode 20. Right? Overall, Episode 80.
Correct.
Does that sound right? Because if I say Season 4, Episode 80, they're going to think there was 80 episodes in Season 4. You get what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing. If we talk about episodes, I think we have way more than 80 episodes.
We're talking about DIU Pod, the reboot.
The reboot.
The reboot.
I think we should just say Season 4, Episode 20.
Season 4, Episode 20. What sounds better, though? Season 4, Episode 20, or just Episode 80? Because 80 sounds like it's a big number, right? It's impressive.
We say both. We say, today marks the day, Season 4, Episode 20.
AKA Episode 80.
That's right.
Okay. Season finale. 20 episodes a season. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you, Jack. You're growing, you're developing into these skills. We started 10 minutes late because Jack had the state of mind to use the toilet before the show. And I really appreciate that, because this could have easily been the fourth time on the show you just get up and leave to take a shit. So I appreciate that.
No problem. Anything for the show, man. If I had to go, I had to go. I'd rather go now than go in the middle of the show and you doing the outro by yourself. I don't want that to happen, bro.
Okay, let's start the show then. You're listening to DIU Podcast, Daily Issues Uncovered. My name's Gavin. I'm joined by my co-host, Jaxie.
What's up?
What's up with you? Because it's been a while since our last episode. Because even though we had an episode last week, that was recorded 2 weeks ago. So it's been a while since we did a DIU podcast, right?
Well, here's the thing. Today you had such a normal intro, Gavin. Kind of disappointed, man. It's a season finale, and you just like Jack, co-host Jack. Nothing special today.
What should I say? What should I say?
Clubhouse advocate.
I'm joined with my co-host, someone who finally took a shit before the show, Jack C.
No. It has to be.
What's up?
No. It has to be, Clubhouse advocate, Jack C.
Clubhouse advocate. Tell me about it. A few episodes ago, you're shitting on them because they didn't offer their services on Android. What changed?
So about a couple of weeks ago, I think it was exact date will be May 14th. They released it on Android.
Clubhouse is now on Android.
Correct, since May 14th, and then obviously my boy got me. My boy he let me in. I was on the wait list, and he let me in. One of my boys from work.
Is it as good as you thought it was? What's going on in Clubhouse? Tell me about your experience.
It's not like horrible, but it's not like the best. So the first thing I did after I got Clubhouse, I followed MC Jin, my boy. Shout out.
That was the only reason you wanted to join Clubhouse, right? Because you were telling me a few episodes ago, like MC Jin is on Clubhouse. He's talking with fans. He's talking with everyone. Like, Jack, you're his biggest fan. Here he is on Clubhouse talking to everyone, and you can't talk to him because Clubhouse is only on iPhone, right? So first thing you do, follow MC Jin.
That's right. And that Friday night, I followed MC Jin. After that, I followed some of my friends. I joined some random rooms. I had no interest. Not gonna lie, it was pretty lame. Nighttime came. On my phone, notifications popped up. MC Jin has opened a room. I joined the room. Bam, MC Jin. Oh my god. The experience of like he's finally talking. I can finally hear him on Clubhouse, on fucking Clubhouse. And
what did it feel like? Did it feel like you're front seat at a concert and like, MC Jin is right there. I can hear him talk. I can basically touch him.
No. That's not even front seat yet. This is just like the audience, the regular seats. We're just there
Yeah.
listening.
Okay.
MC Jen decides to bring people up to talk. I raise my hand. So there's a function called raise your hand in the app.
Mhm.
And
What is he
surprisingly,
talking about though? What is MC Jin talking about at this
he
point?
just opened his room. So when he usually talks, it's just about like anything. He's honestly like he's such a cool guy. Like he's so real. He's so down to earth. He interacts with his fans. He just talks about real shit. And I was like, raise my hand. And he was like invited one or two people, and he invited me because he saw me with a little like the party sign. The emoticon, the little like on
Party
Instagram
hat?
when you like a party thing. And he invited me in. He invited me in. He's like, "Yo,
So
what's up,
you
Jack?"
went from audience to front stage basically.
Yeah, basically like backstage access, bro. Backstage
Okay.
access, basically.
Okay. So what did he say? Sorry, I cut you off.
And he was like, "Yo, what's up, Jack?" And I was like, I was like so dumbfounded. Like I've been an MC Jin fan for a long time. I'm not saying I've been a fan since like his Freestyle Fridays or whatever. I've been a fan since of him. I heard this song where he was saying, A B C 係我係我，還睇電睇都係我. I've been a fan since then. When he made that song, it was such like it was relatable.
That's still a long time ago, right? That song's still a pretty old song, right? Not to say you're a new fan, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So I was like, I was frozen for a second. I'm like, MC Jin. I'm like, yo, I'm one of your biggest fan. And he was like, yo, just get it all out. Just get it all out. It was so funny for him to say that. I'm like, I've been a fan of you for such a long time. I watched your TVB days or Ngōtai days. And he was like, just get it all out. Just get it all out.
All right.
When you're like starstruck? Like he wasn't even really in front of me. He was just talking to me, and I was already like, "Whoo!"
But it's a chance to talk to him, right? It was a chance to talk to him. So you went on a long rant, basically, like about what you liked about him.
Not rant. It was just maybe 20 seconds, and I'm like, "Yo, MC Jin." Like obviously, I was more nervous than this. I was like, MC Jin, I've been a really big fan. Like TVB days. I've been watching you. I've been watching your like ABC hang all kind of shit. And he was like, I've been listening to your podcast. I'm waiting for your new episode to come out. And he was like, and he does like, his little, I don't know if you listen to his podcast, Gavin, but he has a little like machine that makes sounds when he presses it for his podcast. It's like someone screaming or someone clapping. And, he did the clap. Yeah, he did the cheering and shit when I said that. And then, we just chatted for a bit. He was like, because I said ngōtai, right, which means undercover in English for people who don't know. And then, he started teaching people in the room Cantonese. He was teaching people like, black people Cantonese because they don't know how to speak it. Props to him. Like, in a lot of rooms, I went to his room 3 times ish. He taught Cantonese all 3 times to like non-Asians. And to me, that's, as a Cantonese ambassador, I'm proud. I'm proud of my boy. That makes me, just so much more respect for him. Like, he's not teaching something hard. He's teaching like Lei Dima or like Zhousan, like just very simple shit to like outside of people of our culture. And to me, that makes me want to cry, and like just so much respect for him, man. So much respect for him.
So is MC Jin a fellow Cantonese ambassador in your eyes?
In my eyes, he is, because he legit, like I said, I've been in 3 or 4 of his rooms. Obviously, I didn't get to talk to him every time, but he taught Cantonese. Like he is like, I would say like a Cantonese ambassador. Like he may not be teaching hard things like make idioms and shit. He teaches. The thing is, he teaches to people outside of our culture, and I think that's important when you're teaching it to outside people of your culture, and it makes other people learn it. That's huge. That's huge. It doesn't matter who. We as Cantonese ambassadors, we want to let everyone learn the language. Everyone should know the language.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing that. And I applaud him for it. I respect him. So much respect for that guy, yo. And real talk, like he is like I'm saying this so many times, but he's so down to earth. He's such a cool guy to talk with. Like The only one thing I have to say is like when you join his room, it's it's 口水多過茶. Like it's just him talking basically, and no one else talks.
What? But do you really want to go to a MC Jin room and hear some other randoms talk? Don't you just want to hear him talk?
No, but like it, sometimes like people want to talk and ask him a question, but he goes off tangent a lot. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I want to hear MC Jin talk, his experiences and shit. But it's sometimes people want to ask questions, and I do see people want to ask questions sometimes. And like, there's a question I wanted to ask, but I didn't get the chance to. Like, I wanted to ask him if like, do you teach Cantonese to your son Chance? Do you speak Cantonese with him at home, or do you speak English? Like, what language you speak with him? Do you teach him any other languages beside the language you speak at home? Like, MC Jin is such a family-oriented guy. He has like movie nights with his family every like weekend or some shit, and he's always putting his family first. And like in the beginning, I always tell you guys, like even before I talked to MC Jin, I have so much respect for that man. He's basically my idol. He has his first kid at 30. He got married at 27. Like he made a living in the West as a rapper. He made his way to TVB. He then made his way to China. He did so much in his career, and like basically he's living out the dream that I couldn't live. I want to be able to be. That doesn't necessarily mean a rapper, but like something that make me famous. Like so many people in the Black community knows him. So many people in the Asian community knows him. And
so hold on, do you like him because he's famous, or what? Like you like him because of his values?
I like it for many reasons. Many reasons. Obviously, okay. I said it, family first. He always puts his family first, and I respect him for that. He's a real down to earth guy. There's so much to like about him. I know there's a controversy that a lot of people in Hong Kong don't like him. I give no shits about that. As a person, he is such a cool guy, and he puts his family first. And when I have kids, that will be me. I'll put my family first. And like I said, he made a living everywhere. Hong Kong, China, in the West. He's living out my dreams. Having a kid at 30, married at 27. He's living out my dreams. That's all I gotta say.
So you said many times he's a very down to earth guy. Was that a conclusion you always had, or is that something you just learned from Clubhouse and hearing him talk a few times?
It was me hearing him talk a few times. Like he's really down to earth. Like he's a really positive guy. All he has is positive vibes. Like the feel when you get to talk to him in real life and hear him over the podcast is totally different. Over the podcast, he's already such like a positive guy, such a cool guy. But when you actually get to talk with him, he's just so much cooler. It's like, when you look at a picture of a girl and then you see a picture of her, she's like, you see her in real life, she's bombing hot. It's like that. Exactly with MC Jin.
Well, usually the saying is, don't meet your idols because you could see who they really are, and that could ruin your perception of them. Like you could have an idea that your idol is such a great person, but you meet them in real life and it turns out they're an asshole. You're saying that's not the case for MC Jin, though?
Well, from what I see, not. Like he's like, in the middle of a podcast, he would tell us, yo, guys, hold up. I need to ask my family what movie they want to watch next. We're having our movie night after this Clubhouse thing, and then they choose a movie. He's telling us what time he's gonna go watch a movie with them, and he's like, I gotta go. I'm gonna watch a movie with my family. He's so real, man. That's all I gotta say. He's so real. Like I obviously
like your life goals. Like you wanna have that kind of relationship with your future family.
I want to have the family with my family. Watching maybe on Friday night we're watching a Zhao Xingqi movie like Silam Chokao, Shaolin Soccer. Put that shit on. Teach my kids some Cantonese. I want to have that as well. Like, I wish I can make a living in Hong Kong, get into TVB, become famous. But I think that's out of my scope. I'm not MC Jin.
But another thing, it seems like MC Jin, you're all saying, very positive dude, right?
Super positive.
Has that rubbed off on you though? Like has he inspired you somehow? I'm assuming he's a big role model of yours. He's a very positive guy. Has that at least rubbed off on you?
It rubbed off on me in a sense of, how we talked about, I might be ending my season with DIU, but I have an announcement to make that I'm not going to be quitting DIU. I have even though it's one fan, he always says even if there's always one fan, you continue to do what you do. Like it doesn't matter if there's 100 fans, 1,000 fans, one fans. Like that one fan is there to listen to you, to talk, to do your thing. Like so just from that, like I'm not quitting DIU.
Damn, MC. So MC Jin saved DIU podcast. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, man. Like
holy shit. For the listeners who aren't familiar, on DIU Pod 74, a very depressed Jack C came in after an argument in the group chat saying, "I'm done with the show." You can go back and listen to that episode. It was kind of depressing, but Jack was saying everything like getting ganged up on. People weren't taking him seriously. He's ready to walk out the door after episode 80. That was something I wanted to ask later in the episode, but we heard it here first. MC Jin saved DIU podcast and instilled Jack with a sense of optimism. 10 fans, 100 fans, 1,000 fans, same shit, right?
Yeah, and MC Jin said that in one of his, Clubhouse talks, and it was very inspirational. Like one fan, 100 fans, whatever. You still have a fan, and just really inspired me. And to end off that night, he actually followed me on Clubhouse. I was so stoked.
What does that mean though? Like on Instagram, you follow him, he sees your shit. I get that, but what does that mean on Clubhouse?
So like, we follow each other on the Clubhouse, and so when I join a room, he come into my room, like in the hallway, where all the list of stuff is. On the top, you'll see the rooms that your friends are in first, and then it goes to the random rooms. So he'll see the rooms I'm in, and so I posted on IG. An hour or two, I think, after that post, like on IG, of he following me on a Clubhouse, like, yo, I'm like, MC Jin just made my night. He followed me on IG. I was like, oh my god.
MC Jin followed you in Clubhouse.
Yep.
You were so happy. You made an IG story, right? You tagged MC Jin on IG, like, yo, this guy made my night on IG. You said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he followed you on IG as well.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Oh my god. Does he follow everyone? Does MC Jin follow everyone or something?
No, he doesn't follow everyone. So like, I joined some Clubhouse group with other fellow Asians, mostly Hong Kongers, and we talk candies in this group, and some of them has been in rooms with him and talked with him, but they never followed them. And I was like,
are a noob.
Here I am.
One day, day right. One, yeah. MC Jin is already following you on 2 socials.
I know, and then like I think I talked to some other people, and they following them on Clubhouse. I'm like, yo, MC Jin following me on IG. He followed me on IG too. They're like, no. Why he followed you on IG? They were so shocked. Like, yo, you got an IG follow from MC Jin. I'm like, I got noticed, bro.
You got noticed by your senpai there, basically. Like,
yeah, man. Notice me, senpai. Yeah, I made it, man. I was so happy. Like, he followed me, man. Like, how often do you get like an idol following you? On IG, he only follows 1,043 people. That's it.
Hold on, is he still following you now?
Yes, though? I just checked it the moment I was talking to you. He is still following me.
Oh my god. Damn. Now that MC Jin's following you, like, are you gonna try to get his attention? What's your play?
Well, no. I'm happy he's following me. I'm really happy for that. But funny thing is, a week later, some of my Hong Konger clubhousers, we opened a room, and he follows like a couple of us, like 2 or 3 of us. So we opened a room and said, MC Jin, come on in, speak Cantonese with us. And he actually comes in, and let me tell you, Seb was in that room, and MC Jin comes in literally for, let's say, 20 seconds, does a fucking rap, That was the mix move that we did. He
You made
sees
a
our
room.
room first.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
made a room on Clubhouse. The title was like "Come in, MC Jin," whatever.
Something
Right?
like that. Yeah.
Speak Cantonese to us.
Yeah.
He comes to your room and speaks Cantonese to you guys. You summoned him, basically.
No, he didn't. He didn't speak Cantonese. He came in to rap in Cantonese.
That's even
And then
better.
he pieces, but he only comes in 20 seconds, raps, and then pieces out.
I mean, he's a busy guy, right? What I don't know.
So how Clubhouse works is like if you have a lot of people in one room and he follows those people, he would be on the. So how it works is like obviously the people that you follow is on the rooms first. It appears on the top first. The rooms that appear on the top is the most people that you follow in that room. So let's say you have a room, 10 people he follows are in that room, and then the next room he has 7 people. So the 10 people room will appear first. So that's literally what happened. So we try to get as many people that MC Jin follows into one room. We only had like 3 or 4. So and we were waiting
you all gathered like building a spirit bomb, trying to summon MC Jin here, and it worked. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
That's exactly what fucking happened, and we summoned him for like a 20-second rap.
You summoned Shenron to grant you your Dragon Ball wishes, which he did.
Yeah, 100%.
And that
funny.
literally, you're best friends with MC Jin right now. Like I don't know what to say. You might as well be best friends. Like you're following each other on social medias. He's coming into your rooms to drop freestyle raps. What did he rap about?
I don't remember. Like honestly, like it was so fast. You know when like something happens so fast, like you don't even know what he rapped about sometimes.
Right?
It was a blur. Like, yeah.
Wait.
Like, what the
was
fuck
he rapping?
happened?
Was he rapping so fast that you couldn't hear, or was it like, oh my god, he actually came, and then your brain froze and he was already done?
That's exactly what happened. He rapped in. He came in. I was shocked, dumbfounded. He rapped in Cantonese for 15 seconds and then peaced out.
So he literally said, like, "Hi, what's up?" I'm like, he just came in.
No.
Did he even say hi? He just dropped.
No, he just literally
bars and left.
Yeah, he dropped like 3 bars or 5 bars and just fucking left. Legit. And we're all like, everyone in the room was silent when he came on stage to talk. It wasn't him talking, it was just him rapping. Everyone was silent. Everyone was dumbfounded, I'm pretty sure. No one talked. He rapped, and then he peaced out. Seb was there. Seb was there. He was like, wow.
So he came in the room. Did he need to like raise up his hand or something to become a speaker?
I just invited him as speaker. I think all the moderators, because I was the moderator of that room, and I just invited him to be a speaker, and he just came in and rapped.
So from the time you made the room, from the time you gathered the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron, how long did it take for MC Jin to come into your room?
10-15 minutes.
10 minutes. So you're in a room for 10 minutes, waiting for MC Jin, saying whatever you're saying, and literally out of nowhere, MC Jin just comes out from the sky, drops 3 bars, doesn't even say bye, just disconnects, right?
He says peace out and disconnects. He finishes his Cantonese rap, and he rapped his peace out with like some Cantonese line before that, and then he just left.
He rhymed Cantonese like a line with peace out.
Yeah.
And then he peaced out.
Yeah, he legit peaced out. We're all like, what the fuck?
What a legend. Oh my god. Holy shit, okay. Are you going to keep using Clubhouse in the future?
Well, besides MC Jin, I have been using Clubhouse. I've been in, social groups with Cantonese people. And, it's been fun. I've been speaking Cantonese. Robin has been hopping in my rooms, lurking, listening to what I'm saying. I've been just speaking as people, and I'm known as the DIU guy, the DIU guy, the DIU guy. The DIU podcast guy. I have the Cantonese ambassador on my name, and I remember like the first week I joined, like some dude asking me like why Cantonese ambassador, like why are you so like into Cantonese for a CBC? And obviously, I'm gonna give the same answer as I give to now. I think I've talked about this, but like, as a Cantonese heritage, we need to remember our roots. Like we can't be eliminated. You know, like we are a culture. We are
Hmm.
history. We have a very long history in China. You know, there's a lot of history with Cantonese more than Mandarin, and that people need to know about us. You know, and that like I'm Chinese. I should be able to speak Cantonese as a person from Guangdong, right? So yeah, and that's what I told him, and he was like, he was just shocked as a CBC, you know, such an advocate of Cantonese, and he's from Hong Kong himself. So
How do they feel about that? Because for them, Cantonese is their main language, and then they're just living a day in day out with Cantonese, and then here's a CBC calling himself the Cantonese ambassador. How do they feel about that?
at first they're like they didn't know how good my Cantonese was because eventually thought like, oh, your Cantonese is pretty good. Like, you sound like a Hong Konger. You sound like you came from Hong Kong. And like I did tell him like I watched TVB growing up, like every other Cantonese kid. But yeah, they just think I'm a local dude from Hong Kong, to be honest, and they just don't expect a CBC to be a Cantonese ambassador. That's the thing.
Are they like supporting
Honestly,
you? Are they saying you're wasting your time? What is their opinion on what you're doing?
they honestly had no input. They just it's like nod your head. It's like good job kind of thing. They didn't really say much. It's like oh they're listening to me. They didn't really input. They just had me talking and shit, and then like they
And
didn't really
they
had a
accepted you. They accepted you. They didn't
yeah yeah
challenge
yeah
you.
yeah. They didn't challenge me. And why would they challenge me? They're Cantonese speakers themselves. What? They're gonna go up to me and be like, "Yo, Mandarin number one. Yo, fuck Cantonese." Obviously not. They're speaking Cantonese to us, right? So, you
Well,
know,
what we're trying to say is Hong Kong people in your club room group chat or whatever, they're just kind of like impartial. It seems like they don't. I feel like they kind of like jaded? Do they think Cantonese is dying? Do they
they,
want to preserve it?
I'm the be like this. They're like Seb. They don't really care. Basically, it's like they use Cantonese day in and day out. They don't really have an input. It's not like us. We know Cantonese is dying. But like they're like other Hong Kongers like Seb, they don't really talk about it. It's just like meh. They use it day in and day out. It's whatever. They're from Hong Kong. They speak Cantonese. So I
Hmm.
honestly don't know. They didn't really have an input for it. But it's having sometimes having no input is better than having an input, right? Sometimes I don't want to hear that shit where people say Mandarin number one, Cantonese is trash, or something like that, right? Uh, no, Cantonese is number one. Like we're all equal. Every Cantonese is important. Every language has its own culture. You can't
Yeah.
distinguish one language and say this one's number one. Uh, Shanghainese has its history. Like I'm just saying, like there's no number one language, and it shouldn't be. It's just it's equality. It's
It has value
yeah,
to everyone. Like if you use the
yeah,
language, if you're part of the culture, it has value to you.
yeah,
Exactly.
and honestly, every culture has its history. And that's why I hate it when people, think Mandarin is the only language in China now. The new generation thinks Mandarin is the only language in China now because it's been instilled in this new generation that, Mandarin is the important language, not Cantonese. And I hate that. I hate that. And I just every language is equal. It's like how Canada puts French and English side by side. Why why can't China like put Shanghainese and Mandarin side by side in Shanghai, Cantonese and Mandarin in Guangzhou, Guangdong. This is the stuff they need to do because like in Malaysia, um, obviously you learn Malay, right? You learn Malay, which is their language there, and
Hmm.
you pick that language, and then in school you have to pick a second language. For example, English or Mandarin or Cantonese or Hakka or Hindu. So in Malaysia, there is a lot of other cultures that are living in Malaysia, and they have languages that you have to take in school, mandatory. Like you have to take Malay, obviously, and you have to choose a second language to do. And I don't
Right.
get why China doesn't instill that. That's
Okay.
what honestly that's what because my girlfriend's Malaysian. That's what she told me when she was younger in school, because she came here when
She
she
had to
was
take a
younger.
second language, right?
Yeah, she said in Malaysia you have to take a second language, and it doesn't matter what language, you have to choose a second language to take. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people apparently like back then. Apparently, I don't know now, but back then she said, people would take Malay and then take English as a second language, and then they'll take Chinese school at the end of the school, like outside of school.
Right, but then you have a kid learning 3 languages. I mean, at one point of time, does that get kind of impractical?
I don't know.
Because I see the benefits of having one language, like just for
Well, like let's put
globalization or simplicity. There's a benefit to that. Of course, you can't just say get rid of all languages because there's culture and tradition behind it. But there is a benefit if everyone in the world spoke one unified language like Earthanese, wouldn't
well,
that be so much better?
yes, but that'll never happen. I'll tell you why. Chinese people are too proud of Mandarin, the mainlanders, and white people are too proud of English, and French is too proud of speaking French. Like every language, every culture
Yeah.
is going to be proud of a language. Like for example, like Canada's a perfect example. Quebec speaks French. Canada wanted to make it like the whole Canada speaks English, but Quebec's like, no, fuck your shit. We're speaking French here. It's not gonna happen. No way in the world any government will make it happen. Everyone around the world is too prideful of their own language.
Right. So like in a sense, like we can dream, but then like what we're seeing in China is like implementation of Mandarin, right? You're saying how kids in Cantonese speaking provinces are being forced to use Mandarin in classes. In that way, it's kind of forced on them. But then I can see how it's controversial, but like there's also a hint of practicality. If we all spoke the same language in the world, that would be the ideal way of communication globally. Like you said, never going to happen though. Too much ego, too much nationalism, and of course we know there's culture tied into language. So I agree with you. It's not going to happen. But from my perspective, if in the future, like some future society, we all spoke the same language, that would probably be a way more efficient world than what we have today. I'm not saying it'll happen, but
You're
we
right.
could dream.
You're right. You're not wrong. But
All right.
yeah, that's how life is, unfortunately.
So you're a fan of Clubhouse, basically. Clubhouse.
I am. I'm enjoying it there. I'm meeting some new people. I met some other CBCs that are like me. Not Cantonese ambassador, but like they speak good Cantonese that I would never expect them to be born here. To be honest, some of them I met like some girls like their Cantonese is just like on typical Hong Kong. Like I'm like you're born here, and they're like yeah. And they're basically like me, people like me, and it's rare to find people like me. It's rare to find other CBCs that speak Cantonese quite fluently.
What's your definition of a Cantonese ambassador, though? So obviously, you're teaching it on DIU podcast. MC Jin teaching Cantonese to people in his clubhouse room. Is that sort of the theme, to be a Cantonese ambassador? Because you said there's some CBCs who speak Cantonese really well, like fluent locals, but you wouldn't call them ambassadors. Why is that?
They're not teaching it; they're just speaking it to other Cantonese speakers.
So that's the key thing. You got to teach it to be an ambassador.
That's right. That's right.
All right. How often are you on Clubhouse now?
I'm on there like daily, but sometimes I hop in and out. Like today, I hopped in the room for like 5 minutes, man. Like I just don't have time. Like I'm working after work. Like for example, today I got my friend to like shave my sides, my hair. Like I don't have time to hop on. Like sometimes like when I'm driving, I listen in. I try to talk a bit, but like it's hard to put in time when you're busy, right? When you have a busy life already.
It's podcast day. Of course, there's no time. no time for Clubhouse. You hop back on tomorrow, okay? All right. Anything else you want to talk about? So it's a good move,
No,
right?
man.
Clubhouse
Yeah,
is a good move.
well, it's that's my topic today. It's not really an issue. It's more like a announcement, I guess. A super long announcement.
Well, I mean, you did announce you're staying, so
I'm renewing my
that's
contract
exactly
with
what it is.
DIU.
Oh my god. Okay. What? 20 more episodes?
For 20 more episodes, bro, minimum. For
Oh my
one
God,
season at
okay.
least.
And then we need MC Jin to give you another boost of confidence. Every 20 episodes, you need a new
Maybe.
dose of MC Jin giving you a shout out.
That's right.
We
that's
gotta
right.
we gotta organize that like clockwork. Okay, I got a quick issue. Something very personal to me. Something very infuriating to me, actually. So, my issue this week: jeans, like the pants. You know, what I'm talking about jeans, denim jeans. Huge issue, and it's a sad day for me because, you know, I don't know about you, Jack, but like for me, it's very hard to find a pair of pants, specifically jeans, that fit you well, is like comfortable. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only person with that issue. Like I don't know. I guess I'm bigger than
Uh,
you, Jack. So
I,
it
I
might be
think I
harder
had
for me
this.
to find pants. But
No,
you know
no,
what I'm
no.
saying?
I think I had the issue before when I was younger, but I don't think I have the issue now. I used to have an issue finding jeans just because of my waist size. I was a size 28. Sometimes, like, even with 28, I had to wear a belt.
It
So
was too loose. Okay.
it was too loose because I have a small waist. So
I have the
I
opposite problem. I'm too fat. That's my problem. But you can relate to me when I say finding a good pair of jeans is a mission.
Yep.
I used to have a phase where, not to say I'm not cheap anymore, but like I would buy pants from H&M, you know, very cheap pants, cheap in price, cheap in material. H&M pants. I'm sure everyone has at least bought a pair in their, I don't know, high school or college life. H&M pants. Every time I get these, like they look nice, you know, they're kind of slim fitting. Okay, I can rock with these pants. Every time these pants would rip in the crotch area. I don't know if you experienced this. Has this ever happened to you, Jack?
ripped jeans, not specifically. I don't.
Your pants rip where the legs, you know, like when the one fabric turns into two separate pants, they rip right in the middle,
That never happened
like
to
a
me.
crotch, right where your crotch is. That never happened to you. Damn.
No, that
okay.
never happened to me.
I'm fighting this one on my own then. So H&M, I'm used to having shitty jeans because they always rip on me. I'm not sure if like the material sucks. Probably. My thighs are too big. I don't know, right? But like they fit my waist. Okay, that's all I know. So for the longest time, I didn't wear any jeans because I was like, fuck it. I can't be bothered buying jeans. Let me ask you, Jack. Do you like jeans? You wear jeans a lot, right?
No, actually, I'm starting to wear jeans less. I feel like as I age, I'm wearing jeans less and less. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
used to wear a lot.
what do you wear now?
I wear sweatpants.
But is that because of
Well,
COVID? Yeah, at home.
I feel like it is. Well, at home I don't even wear sweatpants. I wear like shorts.
Yeah, like you don't need to wear jeans anymore. You're not going outside.
Yeah, and like I feel like also when you have a girlfriend, you start to wear jeans less because like you want to be comfortable around your other half, so you just wear fucking sweatpants or something. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me, bro.
Okay, so anyways, like I wasn't really a big jeans guy actually a few years ago, and I finally it was last year, found a pair of jeans, Levi's. I'm like, okay, it's been like 4 or 5 years since I last owned Levi's, and I tried them on. They fit well and comfortable. That's when you know, because for me, someone like it's so hard to find a pair of jeans or any pants that fit comfortably. That like when something fits like that, I'm like, yo, you gotta get it. You did a crouching test in the change room. Like if you can crouch properly without your legs losing circulation, I'm like, these are a good pair of jeans for me. So anyways, I buy this pair of jeans. I'm like, Levi's is a good brand, solid denim material, right? Like, what's your thoughts on Levi's? It's a good brand, right?
Levi's is like the only brand I wear right now. I don't have any jeans from anywhere else.
Right. It's like a dependable brand, right? It's like a brand.
It's not expensive. It's also dependable.
If you think H&M quality, Levi's is a step above it.
100%. 100%.
Because their whole marketing thing is like, you're a blue-collared worker wearing Levi's. Like, that's the whole OG marketing of Levi's jeans. So I'm enjoying these pants. I think I wore them yesterday when I saw you guys for our bubble tea run. Anyways, this morning I'm waking up. My girlfriend comes up and tells me there's a hole. There's a hole in your black pants. I'm like, what? Which ones? What? I'm like, the Levi's. There's a hole. Where? I'm like, she's like, there's a hole in the butt. So I'm thinking like she's talking about like right up the butt where the two butt pockets, the middle. That's what I'm thinking of, right? I'm like, what the fuck? How the hell would a hole get there?
Yeah.
So I go downstairs, I look at the pants, and you know what? I see it's not the butt, it's the crotch.
The zipper is there. How does it?
Under the zipper.
What the fuck?
Like where the pants splits exactly in the middle. Because the fly is at the front, right? It's not like right in the middle. So I see, I'm like, even the Levi's pants are ripping on me. So I think I'm done with jeans. I'm never going to find another pair of jeans I can befriend like I did these Levi's. And that's my issue. I don't know. I don't know how many other people can relate. Maybe it's only an issue for like big people. But let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Because just finding a pair of pants, spending that quality time with that pair of pants, it only lasted a year. What the fuck? Come on, man. I'm still in the morning phases, but took it pretty hard, man. That's why I think.
Right.
No, that's why I think sweatpants. Like I've never had a sweatpants that ripped on me.
Right. I never had a sweatpants that ripped on me neither.
So like, I mean, if I could just go around wearing sweatpants forever, that would be the play. But jeans.
I honestly hate wearing dress pants. I feel like they're so tight on the crotch. Maybe because I'm big down there, but like it's so tight.
Yes,
it's not comfortable.
Yes. That's why my pants are always ripping down there. I'm too big down there.
That's right. That's right.
Like,
exactly.
That's why I ripped through like four. It's at least 4 pants in my whole life. Like just ripping pants down there.
I think I ripped a couple of dress pants
in the crotch.
Yeah, crotch area. It's like
right, you know exactly what I'm talking about then.
Yeah, it's like right under where the zipper is, like near the butthole, but not really at the butthole, but like
it's like literally where your testicles are.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Like for the listeners, if someone did a split, if you did a split, that's where the pants would rip apart. Like that's exactly what I'm imagining. If you took both ends of the pants and pulled them in opposite directions, and the rip would come up from the middle. That's what I'm talking about. And that's a huge issue because at first I thought it was only for cheap pants at H&M, but lo and behold, even my Levi's jeans can get a hole in the crotch. This is some fucked up shit, man.
I agree with you, man. Dress pants, I hate them.
So I went online and found some common reasons why your pants would rip like that. Are you interested in hearing this?
Yeah, sure.
Fabric is worn down by friction. The friction of your thighs rubbing together as you move throughout the day, as you're walking, right? So it slowly wears down the fibers of your jeans. Over time, this makes your jeans thinner and weaker inside in the friction areas, which will cause them to eventually rip. So it seems like you can't fix this. Like, what are you gonna like? Do I have to spread my legs far apart to walk? Like, what the fuck can you do? Are all pants just designed to be ripped eventually? So they say there's some ways to prevent your jeans from ripping. First one, don't get them too tight, obviously. Don't sag your pants. Because like back in the day, it was like super popular to pull your pants down, to low ride.
I never did.
But that was a trend, you know what I'm saying, right?
Mm.
That fucks up your pants even more because of the friction. Riding a bike can fuck up your pants. And last but not least, this was surprising to me. Not washing your jeans.
What?
If you don't wash your jeans, they have a higher chance of ripping.
Why? Does that have a reason?
I'm sure most people follow the unwritten rule that you don't wash your jeans, at least not frequently, right? Like jeans,
Not true.
You get that image.
Not true.
You get that image though. Like the idea is you don't wash them because you don't want the color fading out. It's a tough pair of jeans, right? You don't need to wash them. At least that's the stereotype I had. Why is it not true? What's it like for you?
I wash it like when it gets dirty. Like I do wash my jeans often.
Often, okay, because that's something I didn't do a long time ago. Like my old pair of jeans, like I washed them like once in its whole life. The idea was jeans, you don't need to wash them. It's like you're building character into the jeans.
Well, I flip it over like I
Inside out.
Inside out. That's the right word. Yeah, I do it. I wash it inside out.
Well, they say if you don't wash your jeans, dust gets trapped in the fabric and it speeds up the wear and tear process. So I've been living a lie my whole life. Wash your jeans. That's my PSA, I guess. Not much else to say. I just lost a good friend today. I hope you understand what I'm going through. Okay.
Well, I know that we have anonymous letter. We can do that, but at the same time, I wanted to do a really quick Cantonese corner. 2 words today, okay?
We doing Cantonese corner first, right?
Just 2 words quickly because we have our love corner today because we have anonymous letter. So 2 words will be very simple. First word is 歐陽靖. That's MC Jin.
MC Jin. MC
Oh,
Jin.
yeah. That's right.
Fucking know the name.
Yes. So the second one is 口水多過茶.
Mhm.
口水多過茶.
And that literally means
more spit than tea.
All right.
More spit than tea.
And what's the definition of it?
So it means they just talk a lot. Like they have so much saliva to talk with that's more than tea. Because usually you drink a lot of tea, right? When you drink tea. So
they're spitting out facts that there's more spit than in a cup of tea. That's what we're saying, right?
Yeah.
All right. I like that one. Okay. Can you repeat the words?
So the first one's 歐陽靖口水多過茶.
I like that. A quick Canto corner. Okay. For the season finale, we're bringing back the love corner. The OG fans of DIU podcast will know that Jack C, before he was a Cantonese ambassador, you were the self-proclaimed international love guru. What that means is we answer your love questions on the show. Here is what someone is going through. Someone's going through a problem. We want to hear what the love guru has to say about this, okay? The question is, how often should your partner be allowed to hang out with their own friends without you? So that's the initial question.
First? Should I answer that first before you continue?
There's more. Let's finish this. Since dating my GF, She's always with me whenever we go out. I realized 1 year into the relationship that I haven't hung out with my best mates, guy friends, without her. And when I try to, or I do, she gets extremely angry and annoyed. She has no social circle of her own. And when I ask her about it, she says all her friends were mutual friends with her ex. I noticed she has difficulty making friends with other girls as well. So, Love Guru, let's hear your thoughts. How
Well,
often should a partner be allowed to hang out with their own friends?
in my opinion, there's no like set limit. You hang out with them whenever you want. There's no limit. Like, yo, I'm hanging out with my boys tonight. Like, obviously, there's a limit in a sense where it's like you're not hanging out with your fucking friends every day. Like, obviously, give some time to your girl. That's normal. Because you treat your girl, you should be treating your girlfriend like a best friend, right? You should be having time for her as well, not just your other friends. So technically speaking, there shouldn't be a limit. It's like
Right.
I
So the
really
question
don't
is,
think there should be a limit.
the question is like, how often should your part? I mean, I guess the question he kind of phrased it like there should be a limit.
Well, how I say there's no limit. I hang out with my boys whenever I want to. Obviously, I don't want to
Mhm.
always see you guys. I don't always see any of my friends. I see my friends, but I don't always see them. You just see them whenever you want. It's not like, yo, I'm gonna
Right,
see
but
them on.
always you would always. Is it safe to say you would see your girlfriend more than any of your guy friends?
I would say not currently. At least my girlfriend. Actually, not with any of my girlfriend. Let me think. I had a girlfriend where I see her more than my friends just because she lived with me. But typically speaking,
Like if you're living apart, if you're not living together, that's what we're talking about.
I don't think I see my girlfriend more than I see my friends. It's about the same.
Is that
If
like
you
a
live
balance? But is that a balance you try to maintain though? Like
100%,
50-50?
100%, because I value my friends a lot. Like I used to like let's put it this way. I remember having my first girlfriend. I used to put her on a pedestal. I think like every other guy. Like I have to give my most of my time to her. I have to hang out with her the most. But then after your first relationship, you realize that shouldn't be the case. Like I have my friends. I don't want to end up with this girl that he's explained that has no friends. You want to maintain friendships. You don't want to just cut everyone off because you got another half, or you end up with like her with no friends.
Mhm.
So ever since my first girlfriend, I think that's something I learned from my first girlfriend is like you never cut out all your friends because that's not cut out, just stop hanging out because you have a girlfriend. That's the stupidest thing to do for anyone that haven't dated before. Don't forget about your friends just because you have a girlfriend. And ever since that incident, I try to balance my friendships with my girlfriend. So I don't like I said, I don't have a limit, but at the same time, I balance my girlfriend and my friends.
Right. Would you have any advice for this guy who's saying his girlfriend doesn't have any friends, basically?
There's nothing wrong with a girl having no friends. Most of my girlfriends don't have too many friends. They have friends, but it's not like me. Like, you know what the funny thing is? And I'm trying to get back to me again, but I used to think I had no friends. Like, I had so little friends. But then you realize when you start dating other girls, and because you dating your girlfriend, you meet most of her friends, right? So, like, it's different than me and you, Gavin, being friends for a long time. I just still don't know all your friends, right? But when you dating your girlfriend, you know our friends, and you realize, damn, she doesn't have that many friends. Or maybe I just have a lot of friends. And I realized down the line that I actually have a lot of friends. Yeah, just don't. Basically, my point is don't end up like the girl, like having no friends. Just keep your relationships intact. What I would say to him is that talk to her. Tell her, like, yo, I want to hang out with my boys without you there. He did say she gets angry or annoyed. I see that as a red flag. If my girl does not let me hang out with my boys, we're done, bro. Like,
Right. Because they're kind of
as
making
much,
you choose, right? It's like you
yeah,
choose them or me. And that's fucked
yeah,
up.
that's fucked up, man. Like, I value my friends as much as I value my girlfriend. Obviously, if she's a wife, it's a different story, right? If I get married to her, or she gets married to me, whatever, and we have a family together, that's another story, right? That's something in the future down the line. Obviously, I would put my family first, and you know that, Gavin, I will, and I hope you would understand that in the future. But as a girlfriend, to me that's a red flag out there. If she gets angry and annoyed and you try to talk to her about it, yo, I would dump that shit, man. Yo, you're out of here, man. On to the next one.
There you go. Don't get in between the boys. You mentioned, Jack, if you're married, that's a different situation. So obviously, when you're married, if you have kids, that 50-50 ratio you try to balance with friends and wife at that point is no longer gonna be as feasible, right? What do you try to aim for when you're married, ideally?
70-30.
That's pretty
It's
good.
like,
That's
yeah,
pretty good.
like, yeah, because like, as much as I put my family first or whatever, I also still value my friends. Cause like, I say this all the time, and I know it may doesn't sound right, but like, your parents are not gonna outlive your friends. Does that make sense? So
Most likely, yes. Most likely. Unless your
most
friends
likely,
are 80 years old or something. Yeah, most
yeah.
likely.
So like, let's say you and I, Gavin, right? Both our parents not gonna outlive neither of us. Like,
Yes,
knock on
I
wood,
think that's a
whatever.
fair.
Whatever.
I think that's a fair. No, I think that's a fair. That's a
So,
realistic conclusion.
so like, my point is, if we're good friends and we're keeping in contact, I'm seeing you for the rest of my life until I die, and you'll be seeing
Okay.
me for the rest of my life until I die, unless we somehow cut each other off and fuck you, Gab, we're not friends anymore. But
Okay.
if we're friends, and I think that's normal that I will be seeing you. Maybe like sometime I'll go, oh yo, let's go grab some bubble tea when we're like fucking 40 and have kids or some shit.
Would you bring your kids to the hangout?
Depends if you want to. If we decide to like, yo, Gavin, yo, bring your son, or bring your daughter, or Jack, bring your daughter and your son, and we'll talk while at the park and our kids are playing or some shit. And we're grabbing our bubble tea.
So nothing changed, huh? It was getting bubble tea, talking about a new pair of ripped pants. Nothing's gonna change.
That's right. That's
what,
right. But
that's what you want, though, right? You want to keep those friendships.
yeah, I don't plan to drop any friends for my girlfriend, or not even unless like that person is very toxic in my life. Like,
You wouldn't drop
Ask me-
someone just because your girlfriend told you to, unless there's a
Why
good
would I?
reason, right?
Unless it's a good reason, unless like,
Right.
yo, she's like telling me, yo, this guy's super toxic. He's always asking you to borrow money. Yo, fucking cut him out. Fine, I'll cut him out.
Right, but yeah, from my email, this guy's trying to hang out with his friends, but she's just getting angry and annoyed.
Yeah,
That you said
that's
red flag, right? So
a red flag, man. If a girl makes you choose, like, I don't know. He did say like she's not stopping him hanging with their friends. It's just that she always wants to be there as well.
with them, right?
And I feel like you need to give each other space, bro. Like, I don't think I can see my girlfriend 7 days in a week without seeing any of my friends. Like, it's one thing sleeping with her in one bed, but talking to only her every single day and seeing her and her being in every conversation, I don't think I can do it, bro. With any girl. I'm not gonna lie, with any girl.
Personally, you'd want a break. So.
Yeah, like, I'm sure, Gavin,
Hang out
even
with
for
the
your
boys,
friends
right?
you want to break. Yeah. Like, I'm sure even like seeing your boys you want to break, you don't want to see me every day. I'm sure of it. Or like, like, I'm sure all of us don't want to see each other every day.
Yeah, I mean, after a certain amount of time, you just want to be like, all right. Because like, I remember, Jack, there was one period of time I spent like 10 days with you. Like, I saw you for 10 days in a row or something. You remember that? It was
Yeah.
like a few years back. I was like, what the fuck? How does I end up seeing this guy 10 days in a row? Like, if you just think
Michael was
about
there
that.
too.
If you just think about that, it's like, damn, that's a long time. You think you're friends with
Well-
your friends, but then it's like, damn, I'll talk to you in 2 days or something. Like, I'll see you later, man. You just want to like.
I'm 100% sure in that 10 days, like, every other day you're probably annoyed at me. I don't know if you're annoyed at me. You're a chill guy, Gavin. And I was asleep for half the trip. But, yeah.
Well, what's your final advice for this guy?
Dump her.
All right.
Either you talk some sense into her and be like, yo, I'm seeing my boys. Yo, fucking take the pants in the relationship, man. Just tell you when to fucking see your boys and without her there. And then she gets angry or whatever, just fucking dump her, man. It's not worth it. Like, if you value your friends like I do, then fucking end things, man.
What are your thoughts
been-
quickly though? What are your thoughts on the alternative? Like, your girlfriend should also be allowed to hang out with her friends too, right? That's something you kind of encourage as well.
Dude, I always tell my girlfriend, like, yo, you can go hang with your friends. Like, guy friend, girlfriend, I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit. Just, you can hang with your friends, man. Like, we don't need to always hang out with each other. I told her that since day one. To most of my relationships, I tell them, I have a very balanced like friendships and time with you. Like I tell them that, and like I encourage them to hang out with their friends. Right? I'm like, yo, you can hang out with your friends, guy, girl, I don't fucking care.
Absolutely agree.
I don't give a shit. Just hang out with your friends. You don't want to see me all the time. You're gonna get sick of me. I tell her that. And it's not my first relationship. I told. It's like multiple relationships. I tell the girl, yo, man, like you can hang out with your friends, guy, girl, go do it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like I'm not your only friend. Go socialize somewhere else.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I tell them. I'm not your only friend.
But I mean, for this writer, seems like his girlfriend is actually his only friend.
Like, I don't mind that a girl has no friends. I don't mind that, and I don't think I've experienced that, but I had girlfriends where they had very limited friends, like maybe 1 to 4 friends that they talk to.
Well, it's not an issue if they have no friends, but like being alone. Because
the issue is
if they have no friends and want to constantly hang out with you and your friends.
Yeah, I think that's the issue there. When my dad goes out, like he has been out for a long time because of COVID, but before COVID, he would go have coffee with his friends. My mom doesn't say anything. My mom's like, "Okay, go, whatever. Like, I'll do my own thing." I just want a girl to be able to do her own thing and not always depend on you and always with you.
Yeah,
that's why.
Is that so hard to ask? Is that so hard to ask for? Come on.
Honestly, sometimes I feel like it's really hard to ask for a girl. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's hard for a girl sometimes. They have no friends. It's so hard for them. Like, some girls just want to do everything with you, and it's like, bro, I need a break from you, man. As much as I like you, I need a break from you.
Mm-hmm. You know what? That's good as advice as you'll get anywhere else. So that's gonna be it for the Love Corner. I always enjoy these segments of the show where we bring back the self-proclaimed international love guru. It's always good discussions, man. And moving forward in the show, if you do want to hear more of this content, if you want the Love Guru to answer your questions, get in touch with the show. You can do that by emailing us, diupodcast@gmail.com. Get in touch with the show. Listen to the show. The website is www.diupod.com. Facebook and Twitter is DIU Podcast. Listen to us as well on Anchor and Spotify. It's episode 80, Jack, season finale. So we will be taking a couple weeks off.
Right? Yeah, man.
Chill.
We need a rest. Summer's around the corner. We need our summers as well. It's been nice weather these past couple of weeks.
Just like Jack was saying, you need a break from something. You can't just have too much of a good thing. It's a break from the podcast. We'll be back. Mm-hmm. And as Jack announced, he will be back for season 5 of DIU Podcast.
That's right.
If you enjoyed this episode, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Clubhouse. Have you ever met your idol like Jack meeting MC Jin? Have you ever ripped a pair of pants right down the crotch? Tell me about that struggles. I am here for you. And love inquiries, Cantonese questions, get in touch with the show. Season 5 of DIU Pod. We want to hear more from the audience. Anything else you want to add, Jack?
Yeah, man. We're recently featured on a podcast, Never Jaded, with Robin and Kyle. We're a guest on that podcast. You guys should give it a listen. Oh, it was pretty lit.
Never Jaded.
We talked about how they need a
formerly Asian Movie Club.
Yeah.
Now rebranded as Never Jaded.
If you want to hear more of us, listen to them, okay?
If you're not already tired of us, go over there. Get some more DIU in your life. All right, Jack, take us away.
Did we talk about our sponsorships?
Oh, shit. Okay. Affiliate links, diupod.com/CF, Christian Filipina, the Love Guru's #1 dating site if you're looking for Filipina, Christian Filipina in your love life. Also, diupod.com/beer. Buy us a beer and support the show. Amazon affiliate links on the site too. Are we about to get decommissioned on that, Jack?
Yes, we
I think
are.
so,
If
right?
no one
We're
buys
gonna get
anything, then
wrecked. Someone go to our website, click that Amazon link, and then buy
Buy
whatever the
something.
fuck you're gonna buy. And then buy whatever the fuck you're gonna buy.
I-
That's basically what it is, right? That's what it
yeah,
is.
I would have used it, but I recently bought nothing from Amazon.
I swear to God, I've used it a few times because it's technically Jack's account.
I don't know. I haven't bought anything from Amazon recently, but
I don't think you
Yeah,
can do it. It's your account. It's your affiliate account.
oh
you can't just
yeah,
use it. Like, the fuck? That's free money. That's a free rebate. If you okay, come on, man. All right, Amazon. If you're listening to this, nothing sketchy's going on. All right, take us away, Jack.
Thank you for listening, and tune in next time on DIU Podcast.
MC Jin saved DIU podcast.